Ball teed up. Brandon Aubrey out for the kick. And away we go at the link. Return starts at the 3. And a decent return ends as they break. Inside the 30. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10.
Great, set. Delta.
Starting on the ground here with Barkley. And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. Donovan Wilson getting there for the stop. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
Great, set. Delta.
They go to Barkley again. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Offense up to the line fast.
Hey, thumbs up, alert. Delta.
Barkley gets it on 3rd down. And it's a nice gain on the run, aided by that broken tackle. He manages a gain of 8 there. And that's good for an Eagles 1st down.
This dude was just not going to be stopped. Not by the first defender. Heck, not even by the second one who was able to bring him down. No, it took a few shots before this crew could finally get this beast down.
A give right side to Gainwell. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
Tiger Hornets. Delta, set. Delta.
Changing things up, they're going to throw now. Completed over the middle. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that's a Philadelphia 1st down.
I'm sure, Coach, the play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Great, set. Delta.
1st and 10, here's Hurts. A lot of players around this one, and it is intercepted. Trayvon Diggs has got it. So the first drive of the game ends not in points, Brock, but in an INT.
And Drives aren't always going to end up with points or a touchdown. Good thing, though, there's a lot of opportunities left to make up for that miscue and go get yourself back in rhythm and back on script.
1st and 10 now from the 30.
Yeah!
Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he has enough room to gain about 4.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game, right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage, B, it sets up your play action, and C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
They give it to him again. Runs into traffic and hits a wall. No gain. It was Reed Blankenship making the stop. Looks like no gain on 2nd down, and that leads us to 3rd and 6. Dak now from the gun. He has the first over the middle. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
New set of downs for him from the 46. First down, here's Dak. On target to his back, Rico Dowdle. Rolling into enemy territory. Now he's past the 25. And he takes it into the end zone for a Dallas touchdown. The Cowboys don't need long to take a 6-0 lead. Brandon Aubrey now on for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Cowboys will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Aubrey now to kick this one away. Has this at the 6. And he's out of bounds up beyond the 30. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. First down, a run with Barkley. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there. A dose of the hurry-up offense here.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 35-yard line.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A couple yards on the run. It's 3rd and 6 now.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
No touch that. Carl up Yeti. No touch.
Here's another carry for Barkley. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. 1 quarter down for these two NFC East teams. Ready now for our 2nd quarter. The Eagles have the football. They've got 4th down, so we should see the punt team on to send it away. That's complete. Here's Brown. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Oh, I love 4th downs. It just brings out the very best, and you get to see how you handle the most pressure, and it turns out they handled it pretty darn well, and now they'll keep pushing.
New set of downs for him from the 46.
No touch that. No touch.
Straight ahead, here's Barkley. Oh, he lost the football. And it's a turnover. The defense has it.
You know, this just can't happen on 1st down. It really can't. I mean, ball security's...
So just like all touchdowns, all turnovers also reviewed, and they want to take another look at this one. So the nice defensive play, all for naught. He was down first, no fumble.
No touch, touch. No touch.
Barkley trying this up the gut. And he fought the good fight there just to make it back to the line. Working quickly here.
No touch.
Now Barkley. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead and get what you need.
They've got first down from the 31.
Go, set. Oh, it's Silver, ready? No touch.
Here's Saquon. And he pushed deep into enemy territory with that, down inside the 25. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have second down and 3.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Go, set. Crowd left, Yanni. No touch.
They run it with Saquon. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop. Give him 9 on that play, and it's enough for the first. It's the 2-minute warning now from the length. The Eagles at a disadvantage on the scoreboard.
Go, set. Crowd left, Yanni. No touch.
Going to the ground again on first. And this one stopped at the 3-yard line. It's a real solid pickup, 12 yards, and it rewards them with a first and goal.
Kate, don't think for a second this is time you step off the gas. You can feel this defense, right? They're on their heels. And now's the best chance to go push the envelope and get aggressive.
No touch, set. Hey. No touch.
Barkley will not challenge for the end zone. He loses a bunch here. Eagles hustling everyone back to the line.
A loss of 3.
63. No touch.
They'll try again with Barkley. And they'll make this stop after a small push to the 5. Defense making a couple of good stops here. And this brings up 3rd and goal.
Where you get a little bit closer, but you can feel the pressure starting to mount. Unless you're committed to playing 4 downs here, this becomes a critical 3rd down call.
Catch is made in close. And this one stopped at the 3-yard line. Before they run a play on 4th and 3, they decide to take a timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Three plays haven't gotten it done. Now a 4th to try to reach that end zone.
Go, set. No touch.
They'll run for it with Barkley. And he gets in. Touchdown. The Eagles earn the chance to tie it before halftime. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown. And he does not tie this game. His extra points off. They remain down by 1. Now probably still mentally kicking himself after that missed point after. He can take a little frustration out here as he kicks this away. Here's Kevontae Turpin on the return. And look at this return. And an excellent return here sets them up almost at midfield.
When you get contributions like that out of your kickoff returner, it is such a boost to an offense. This is about showing no fear, hitting the lane hard, a determined run back, and setting your offense up with great field position.
The Cowboys have it in great field position as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Now here's Prescott. And that one is incomplete, and the clock stops with 18 seconds to go.
I think we're seeing why this defense likes him in coverage. He reacts so well to throws and is even more adept in breaking up those passes.
Again on 2nd and 10, Prescott. Across his body, and they make the interception. Sidney Brown makes the play.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43.
No touch that.
Putting the tight end in motion.
No touch.
Gainwell trying the right side. And he's going to get it out past the 40 before he goes out. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
A humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
Great, set. No touch.
Running right, it's Barkley. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. Jake Elliott out to put up 3 for the Eagles. This from the right hash and a considerable distance. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that's going to give them the lead.
The wind was at a sail's, Kate, and it certainly helped that football fly true and right down the middle. And from that distance, to hit with that accuracy is one impressive shot.
Turpin with a return. He's out of bounds on that return, Brock, because that takes us into the break. That brings us to halftime. We'll get a break as our teams make their adjustments and then return with more of the NFL on EA Sports in just a little bit. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the 3rd quarter. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Turpin with a return. Good looking return here, and he's got room. And nearly to the 35-yard line before he goes out of bounds.
Well, that's exactly the way you want to come out of the locker room to begin the 2nd half. And really, Kate, this 3rd phase of the game, the special teams, you just see the boost and the energy they can give to their team when they deliver a nice return to start this 2nd half.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he gets a few on the plunge forward.
Hey, not a bad play by any means, but there's room for more, and they know it.
2nd down now, 7 to go.
Yeah! There we go! Right there!
From the 37. Dumps it off to his running back. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. A 9-yard gain and good for a 1st down.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap 1st down.
New set of downs for him from the 46.
Yeah! There we go! Right there!
Throwing on 1st is Prescott. That's caught. Here's Deuce Vaughn. He's touched down behind the line as this one goes the wrong way.
Well, if they were concerned about losing yards, running it on 1st down, it just happened anyway. Not many passes end in a loss. Hopefully they got a little more aggressive strategy coming here on 2nd down.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Working out of the gun, it's Prescott. Escapes the pocket. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Sidney Brown in on that stop.
Well, this is in every quarterback's tool belt, even the ones not regarded as the best movers and shakers. But, Kate, to play QB in the league today, you've got to be able to do this. If you've got nobody open, still get some positive yards with your legs.
Prescott now on 3rd down. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down. Timeout taken by the Eagles. That's going to be their 1st. As that'll leave him with just 2 to use the rest of the way. Facing a 4th and 12, but this offense is undeterred.
Yeah, there we go! Right there!
Tight end in motion left. Looking to throw. Chased out to his right. Oh, shouldn't let that one go. It's intercepted. And the Eagles are hauled down on the return at the 45-yard line. Wow, an aggressive choice to go for it on 4th and that kind of distance, and an equally aggressive play in coverage to pick that pass off.
Yeah, that down and distance, you're not running it, right? Too far to get to the stick, so that defense had all eyes on the quarterback. They knew that pass was coming, and it's one thing to know it, it's another thing to execute it and go take it away. That's a big momentum swing for this defense.
Running is Barkley. And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. Marshawn Nealon, the one to send him down. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
73! 73! No touch! No touch!
Here's Barkley. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Only a couple yards there, and now it's 3rd and 7.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
On 3rd down, it's Hurts. That's caught for the 1st. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down. That play good for 17 and a 1st down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
They go with Barkley here. And the push forward doesn't get beyond the line. It was Osa Odigizua in on the tackle. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
At the 25-yard line.
Great, set.
Now a give left side. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
Gosh, I love that creativity of the play call. Name of the game is putting the ball in the hands of your best, your playmakers, creating matchups for them to take advantage. And this time, not as a receiver, but as a runner. That is job well done.
And good tackle, but a flag is down, likely against the defense. Easy call for the officials there. He was offsides at the snap, and that's going to cost him. 4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal.
Great, set.
Barkley runs it in for the Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles push their lead further to start the half. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown. And this one, thankfully, not off the mark. He gets it to go. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Turpin with a return. Finds some space. He's past the 30. And a great opportunity for this offense. He's out of bounds all the way up at the 40-yard line.
When you get contributions like that out of your kickoff returner, it is such a boost to an offense. This is about showing no fear, hitting the lane hard, a determined run back, and setting your offense up with great field position.
This, our last play of the quarter. First and 10, Prescott. Escapes out to the left. That one falls incomplete and brings us to the end of this 3rd quarter. Just 1 quarter remaining in this one. The Cowboys have it, but some work to do in the final frame. They're trailing. So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call.
Jump down. Yeah, here we go. What is it? What is it?
Throwing again is Dak. This is complete. Jalen Tolbert. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. He finds 37 yards on the play to move those chains.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Here's Prescott, 1st and 10. Buys time, rolling right. And the first down pass sent away by a defender, incomplete.
I know a DB in the stat sheet loves to see INT and not PBU, but as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible, he does the next best thing and knocks it away.
Yeah! Here we go. Right there.
They'll motion him out of the backfield. Forced out to his right. No place to go, so he just threw it away.
Look at how well the coverage held up on that play. Even as the QB escapes the pocket and buys extra time secondary, well, they got real sticky, stay tight, and force the throw away.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here.
Yeah, here we go. Right there. What is it?
Dak throwing again. Setting up the screen. And they get this down to the 12-yard line before being stopped. It's a gain of 12 there. And that's good for a Cowboys 1st down.
Yeah! What is it?
From the red zone now. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. And the Eagles get it back as he intercepts him for the 2nd time this game.
Oh, coaches just love that effort right there. Instantly, as he made the pick, everybody was looking for a block and doing their part to set up the return. And I know it pales in comparison to giving up the turnover, but how about the effort on the other side to track him down and stop a potential pick six? I think everybody deserves a little credit on the field for that effort.
Great. Set. No touch.
To the ground with Barkley. And they'll surrender just a lone yard. That brings up 2nd down. The defense calls a timeout. So that's their first. May still have 2 to work with in this final quarter.
The one thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
No touch. Set. Alpha. No touch.
They go to Barkley again. Oh no, the ball is loose! And the Cowboys scoop it up.
Well, sure, you're looking to try to get a 1st down on 2nd down. You're trying to create a manageable 3rd down, but I'll tell you what you're not trying to do, ever, is give the ball away. And that's what the offense does to the defense right there.
Here we go. What is it?
Off the play fake, hits Prescott. And this throw's knocked away, incomplete.
You know, that is so hard to do. That's called body control. Great positioning to swat the ball away, not go through the receiver, no penalty flag. He's got the body control and, more importantly, the timing to knock that ball away.
2nd down, here's Prescott again. Buying some time left. This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces 3rd down.
I mean, you can see it right there. The trajectory of the ball changed as it was in flight. You know, on shorter throws, receivers, they can focus, they can adjust quickly. But on a long-distance throw like that, a tip, well, it really alters the course of the ball and makes it so tough to make an adjustment in time.
Throw on 3rd down. He's on the move. Oh, the football's loose. And the Eagles get to it. And they stop him before he gets much on the return.
There are so many fundamental details play the quarterback position, especially in the pocket. But you get loose, you make a nice little run, you get in the open field, you gotta have the fundamentals to tuck that ball away. QB doesn't, defender knocks it out. Huge turn of events.
Jukes out a one-stop. Dodges the tackle, and he's in. Touchdown! The Eagles could lock away the win as they make it a 15-point game. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown. His third of the game on the ground. They'll try it on the ground. And he's short of the end zone. Although with the flag down, they might get one more shot at this. Pretty easy call to make. He lined up offsides, and now he gets a talking to from his coach. All right, now another opportunity to convert this two-point try. He's throwing for it! And no connection on the two-point try. It fails.
That is a gold star effort by the defense. First and foremost, you got to defend against the run on this short of a field. To do that and adapt in time to force an incompletion, that's a win-win.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Turpin with a return. This return makes it up to the 25.
Like damn, why I get a like urn? I'ma drop top. The sun won't burn when it lit like white, but the stripes ain't earned. I'ma get it right now, I ain't waiting no turn. Got a brand new house, trying to avoid my hurt. About 6 point something in the field like church. The hood got whack and the set went turn. Got a 488 in the glide like Kurt. I've been living off golf on the last few deals. When the night check came and I still got chills to the 2K lick. I ain't even go pro, got a boss outlet, now I'm smelling like gold. Call me Ice Cube, baby, where they sit on my chain, heard a lame. Trying to play up my name when I'm 23 to it, and I'm going no brain, going dumb with these hundreds in my thumb. Got stank. Out here, everything come free. I ain't never met God, but I bet he know me. Put the money in a set of dying them streets to the boy. I ain't hooping, I ain't riding on fleek. Got a Porsche light scan in the ceiling, got peeled. I was 20 plus young when got real. Young black boy running, got me out of that field. Better living off game, you should get it on film. I ain't never your kind, late but I'm really on time. Girl, what you put in your mind, I ain't digging your sign. True for that mine, hurt but I made it out fine. Still in my prime, bro, really outline. Talk like you Tony out grind, throwing 20 on 9. How you live with no spine, bro, better off dying. Man, you got nerve, bro, need to get a bird. And I'ma get it off first, find a way you ain't surf. You looking all hurt, funny till your ego got nerve. Boy, I made it all worse, woke up looking like work. 150 lay on my shirt, 20 lay on my teeth. Boy, I make an M in my sleep, everything I want in my reach. I'ma run it off tops, wonder where I been, I've been pulling off lots. 454, I'ma keep it on stock. Bezel with the ticker on rocks. Big side, tell me what I ain't got. Get it right now where I got it back then. Number one stunner, but the level more. Raised by the gang with a meal like Philly with a watch 250 and a so silly. Yeah, 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 When the door got closed, I ain't feel too bad. I'ma run mine up.
We are just east of the U.S. Capitol, about 8 miles or so, at the home of the Commanders, Northwest Stadium in Landover. So pleased to have you along. This should be a good one. We're set, and off we go here on EA Sports. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position. this drive.
27-yard line.
So they come to the line for first down and 10.
Yeah! Here we go!
A first carry now for Rico Dowdle. And a strong start on the ground. He'll get 7 on the game's first play. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. That is Ferguson in motion. 2nd down, Prescott. He's got a man. It's CeeDee Lamb. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line.
This is a great example, Mike, of just how effective it is when you're efficient on early downs throwing the ball. I mean, when you can pick up first downs without getting the 3rd down, as the game unfolds, things just get easier and easier. Take what the defense is giving you. Don't force the ball downfield. When you can stay ahead of the chains without having to get to 3rd and have it plays, that's when an offense is really firing.
Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Prescott. Here's a screen coming for Dowdle. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a first down after a gain of 7.
And the Cowboy first down.
Kill! Yeah, there we go!
That is Ferguson in motion. A first down throw for Prescott. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long.
Yeah! There we go!
From the shotgun, it's Dak. And he'll be very close to a first down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot.
Well, that scramble is ultimately going to end up short of the first down, Mike, but it's going to help quite a bit. That's a great job by the quarterback. Just taking what the defense gives you, get downfield, pick up good yardage.
Now Dowdle. Oh, the defense meets him in the backfield. They stopped him dead in his tracks and set up 4th down.
The idea here for this offense is you're not really thinking necessarily touchdown. You're thinking first down. Let's get a fresh set of downs here and reset. But in this case, they suffer a loss, and it brings up 4th down.
What a call on this opening drive. They're going to go for it on 4th down. Prescott now. That is incomplete. They took a chance throwing it on 4th and short, but not to be, and they'll turn it over on downs.
Well, Mike, it's pretty clear early in this game the message they want to send is we are going to be aggressive on offense. And that's exactly what they did there, going for it on 4th down early. But it's the defense that comes through and forces the turnover on downs.
And this play's going nowhere. Taken down behind the line. A great way for this defense to get on the field and get started.
The speed and the get-off by the big interior defensive tackle, Mike. I mean, he got through there so fast, he almost took the handoff himself.
On 2nd down, it's Daniels. Now a deep ball looking for Brown. And he's going to be taken down inside the 40-yard line.
Well, he certainly didn't look like a rookie on that long completion, Mike. Not only his ability to scan the field and find his favorable matchup, but he was able to hit his downfield target in the perfect spot that led to that big gain.
A pass complete to Noah Brown. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
Now, this is the epitome of a really short throw and a really nice run after catch. And listen, for a quarterback, it all counts the same. You don't always have to throw the ball downfield to generate explosive plays, and these drag routes can be very, very effective.
Here we go, here we go.
On 1st and 10, here's Daniels. He's got his tight end. There's Ertz. And he's going to be taken down.
Well, they certainly aren't wasting any time marching down the field. I mean, you only need one hand to count how many plays they've run, and yet they find themselves 1st and goal inside the low red zone.
Ready.
This opening drive going to form so far. Now they've got it 1st and goal.
Tag.
Daniels going to throw again. That's out wide. They're trying the tight end screen. And a good job there of hemming him in. They get it to the 8-yard line.
When a defense has speed to the ball like this group does, it makes these wide receiver screens really challenging because all those fast linebackers and defensive backs that are chasing the ball carrier, the offensive line are the ones responsible for them, and sometimes that's just a speed mismatch, and they can't get out in front.
And he'll be taken down, let's call it the 7-yard line. And here comes 3rd and goal.
70 Ranger, 70 Ranger.
Yard pickup brings up 3rd and goal.
So we've come to the end of a fairly evenly played opening quarter. 0-0 is the score. More after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll use 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and goal. 3rd and goal. It's Daniels. He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throwaway.
And that's a big-time play. It felt like they really needed it, Mike. That was a drive where the offense seemed to be in complete control. Anytime on the defense where you find yourself on your heels, you're giving up big plays, you're giving up fresh set of downs, you need a spark. You need something to change the momentum of the drive, and we'll see if that was it right there. It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone, and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
On the return, here's Turpin. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10.
We'll go 47.
That is Ferguson in motion. Prescott on 1st down. Pressure gets there, and down he goes.
Sometimes you just have to know when the play is over and live to play another down. He has pressure coming right at him, and instead of just throwing the ball away, he tries to escape, he tries to get creative, and he ends up losing a lot more yards than he should have.
Now a 2nd down throw for Prescott. In the middle of the field, it's taken by C.D. Lamb. Well, they'll get some of the sack yardage back, but it's still going to leave them with 3rd down.
After that 1st down sack, I think we both kind of looked at each other and said, all right, well, there goes this drive. But a really nice job there in the passing game on 2nd down. That big chunk brings them from 2nd and long to now at least 3rd and manageable.
Third and 5. Now Prescott. They'll try to set up the screen here. screen works to perfection. Give him 18 yards and move the chains. First down.
The best time to call a screen is when the defense is anticipating pass. Allow that defensive front to rush the passer. Just get through the offensive line enough before you drop it to your back. Get out behind those big offensive linemen and pick up the first down.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Operating from the gun. Here's Dak. Just trying to avoid the rush there. He's hit as he threw, and the pass is incomplete.
Little backyard football here by the quarterback. It looked like he was running around the playground in his early days. The disruption of the timing early was the key, and from that point on, him and his receiver just unable to get on the same page.
Prescott again. It's going to be pulled in by Dowdle. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up third down.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short game.
There we go. That's it.
On third down, Prescott. He's trying to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not, and be taken down there. On fourth down, they snap it to Dak. This will be intercepted by Marshawn Lattimore. And the Commanders are going to take possession here at their own 33.
You know, Mike, anytime a team can go nickel or dime and come off the field with an interception, I just am constantly reminded of the importance of defensive back depth when you're building an NFL roster. I mean, think back. This is not the old NFL base 3-4, base 4-3. Offenses are going to roll out 2, 3, 4 high-level wide receivers at you in this pass-first modern era. If you can't roll out 5 DBs...
Robinson hit. He's lost the ball. It's picked up by one of his teammates.
Now, obviously, there's never a good time to fumble the ball. It's probably the thing that teams stress the most is ball security. But it makes it a little bit easier knowing that your own team was able to fall on top of it, and at least you can maintain possession.
On the ground, it's Robinson. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning. Here's third down and a few inches.
Ready.
Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. And on third down, that ball incomplete.
And barring an aggressive decision here on fourth down, it just seemed like a really wasted possession to go 3 and out, not able to pick up a single first down. Not only do you not able to gain any field position advantage, it really takes a lot of the wind out of your sails as you find yourself jogging off the field and the punt team coming on.
They'll try to sneak it here, and it's going to be a Commanders first down. They managed to convert. That'll keep the drive alive.
Mike, I think the way we've seen the NFL going these past couple years is I think all these quarterbacks, they love when the call comes in for the sideline for quarterback sneak. Hey, coach, put the game on my shoulders. With this offensive line, I'm going to pick up this first down, and that's exactly what they did.
Ready, set.
First and 10.
Cup 19. Set. Ready.
They bring a tight end in motion left.
Ready.
They'll go play action here with Daniels. The pressure gets there, and down he goes. A sack.
Just a great individual effort, and when you have a guy that can win his one-on-one matchups, now it becomes less about who's blocking him and how do we block him. Expect the offense to make some adjustments because right now, one-on-one, this defender is going to win every time.
Daniels to throw on second down. Off he goes. And he'll gain yardage and able to get down at the end of the play.
Take a look at his eyes. You can see the quarterback clearly going through all of his progressions, and he's quick to realize there's nowhere to go with this ball. He makes the right decision and gets out of there, picks up some good yardage, and gets down on the ground.
Oh, he's got a man. That's caught by Brown. And he will go all the way. De'Ami Brown. Touchdown, Commanders. Austin Seibert now for the extra point. It's up and through. And the Commanders are out to a 10-0 lead. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. On the return, here's Turpin. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Dak to throw. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
You know, it's hard to speculate, Mike. We sit up here and we try to just interpret and assume what's going on in the minds of the players and the minds of the coaches, but they seem to me to be a little bit rattled. All these negative plays have really started to pile up in the first half. He's got to settle down, have some more efficiency on these early downs, and get his offense into some sort of rhythm.
On second down, it's Dak. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him. So backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. And that is incomplete.
As this offense continues to put anything together and score some points, they need to just take a step back. They need to say, okay, we've struggled here in the first half, putting points on the scoreboard. Don't worry about chasing points. Let's chase first downs. Let's chase completions. Just start building something small, and oftentimes when you take that approach, it snowballs, and next thing you know, you find your groove.
And this winds up a very nice return. He's able to get up past the 40-yard line.
At their own 42-yard line.
Here's 1st and 10.
Get it! Let go!
From the shotgun, it's Daniels. He finds the veteran Ertz. And the tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line. Austin Seibert now for this field goal try. This a 57-yard attempt. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. So we've hit halftime here in the home team. The Commanders are out on top. As we get you down to Florida, Orlando specifically, for the coaches, Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. All right, Coach, second half, drawing near. Glad to have you back with us here on EA Sports. On the return, Noah Igbenogany.
Here we go!
The drive will begin here with a run by Robinson. And he'll move this ahead for about 4 yards. The veteran Eric Hendricks on the stop. Here's 2nd and 6. Another run here for Robinson. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line.
It's too early at this point, Mike, to really start thinking about the clock. You definitely don't want to go into a shell. But now this is the point in the game where having a good ground game really starts to take over. You throw to get the lead, but man, once you get it, that ground game, that's what finishes the game off.
And that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
The whole idea of the play-action pass, Mike, is that you can slow the pass rush down enough that it allows longer, slower developing pass concepts to open up downfield. But in this case, they were on him so fast that by the time he got his head around, that ball needed to come out. There was no timing and ultimately led in an incompletion.
And he'll just bite the bullet and throw this one away. That was a good idea. He didn't force anything there. But now it's going to bring up 3rd down.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball. It didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
Come on.
So after back-to-back incompletions, it is now 3rd and 10.
Ready.
Daniels now going to look to throw. In trouble, and he's going to be taken down. That is DeMarcus Lawrence in there for the sack. On 4th down, the Commanders going to send out their veteran Tress Way to punt. Back deep to receive the explosive Cavante Turpin. Take it in, back at his own 12. And he'll get a few yards on this return, up past the 15-yard line. Set to go now on 1st and 10.
Yeah, here we go. I take it.
That is Ferguson in motion. Dak going to throw it here on 1st down. Oh, the ball is out. And fortunately, this is going to get out of bounds, so possession does not change hands. A sigh of relief there. That was very nearly a turnover. Fortunate to see that one, Greg, get fumbled out of bounds.
And when that ball came loose, Mike, you could see the entire sideline kind of holds their breath. But they were able to take a little bit of an exhale as they saw that ball, fortunately for them, go out of bounds.
Yeah, here we go. I take it.
2nd down, Prescott. He'll take off again.
That's a smart play. 2nd down, don't force it if it's not there. He's able to tuck it, pick up some extra yards, and set up a more manageable 3rd down.
They'll come up to 3rd and 3. That is Ferguson in motion. 3rd and short. Prescott. He'll try to run for it.
Good awareness there on 3rd down. He's thinking there's nothing there, tuck it, and head for the sticks. He's able to get the 1st down himself, avoid any big contact, and the biggest thing is he keeps the drive alive.
So, 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Yeah, here we go.
Prescott. Here's a screen coming for Dowdle. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. That is Ferguson in motion. From the shotgun, it's Dak. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long. That is Ferguson in motion. Dak facing third and long. Escaping the danger, throwing and completing.
Well, it goes without saying. You want to play wide receiver in the NFL, Mike, how well can you change directions? How fast can you get your body from one direction to another? And when you can cut like this guy, I'm not sure how you guard it.
No move for the punt team. The offense staying out there for fourth down. That is Ferguson in motion. They'll try and run for it. And he's going to have a Cowboys first down. He's brought down after a gain of 7 on 4th and 2.
I know it's 4th and short, Mike, but at this distance, you actually have to clear a lane out. You can't just fall forward or push the pile. So that conversion, it's as much of a credit to the blocking as it is to the running back seeing the hole and hitting it.
He's going to keep it himself.
The key to a good quarterback scramble, Mike, is knowing when it's time to go from a thrower to a runner. And that's exactly what we saw here. Doesn't get the first down, but he's able to pick up some really positive yards and then get out of bounds.
Here's 2nd and 2. A shotgun snap for Prescott. And he'll just bite the bullet and throw this one away. That was a good idea. He didn't force anything there. But now it's going to bring up 3rd down.
Here's the quarterback doing everything in his power to extend this play, and none of his guys could get open. You got to see someone separate, work with your quarterback, go into scramble second reaction mode, and it also gives some credit to the back end doing a nice job plastering with their assignment, and he had no choice but to throw it away.
He manages to get the throw away and completes it. And he's going to have the first down taken down after a short pickup of 5, but it will keep the drive going. That is Ferguson in motion. A first down throw for Prescott. That one intercepted. Picked off by Derek Forrest. And the Commanders are going to take over here up near the 40.
I think anytime you find yourself trailing in the second half, Mike, all offensive play callers fight the urge to chase those points. They tend to get a little bit overeager. They tend to push the envelope sometimes a little too far. Those turnovers, they only make the deficit grow, not shrink. Now, there's a lot of football left, Mike. They can still get back into this. They just have to be a little bit smarter about which risks you're willing to take.
He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. Here's a 2nd and 6.
Ready!
So, 3 quarters now in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Let's go now.
Throwing on 2nd down. Daniel. Looking middle, and he's got Brown. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8. They run over center with Robinson. Not much there. Maybe a yard. Here's a 2nd and 9. Here's Daniels. And he just does get that one away. He was being chased down forced the awkward throw. Maybe he's fortunate that all it is an incompletion.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan, and then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play him man-to-man, and it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away.
And he is putting in the work, dancing inside the 40-yard line. A gain of 8.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 4th down and less than a yard.
The offense is out there. 4th and inches.
Ready? 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
They'll go. Here's Daniels. That's going to be caught. And he's going to have a Commander's first down. Quieter call there. They go for it on 4th and inches, and it's a gain of 5.
That's good from Washington.
Dragon 60.
Working out of the gun, it's Daniels. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. Throwing now. Daniels. And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him.
Let's go.
This a must stop for this defense. Facing 3rd and long. A hit, and he has lost the football. One of his teammates there to take it back in.
After these kind of plays, Mike, you just wish the sideline was a mile away, because you know when you get there, you are going to catch an earful. They stress all week, ball carriers. We have to protect the ball. In this case, it doesn't result in a turnover, but the lost yardage now brings up 4th down. These are drive killers.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10.
Yeah, here we go.
Operating from the gun. Here's this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack. That's a timeout for Dallas. It's their 2nd. After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. Here's Prescott. A throw left side, but it's going to wind up incomplete. He was trying to get it to C.D. Lamb. 3rd down coming up.
I like the idea of using the passing game to try to give your offense a little breathing room. You find yourself in the shadow of your own goalpost, Mike. Worst case scenario, you do not want to punt out of your own end zone. So I like the idea of trying to pick up some positive gains through the air. They've got to come up with some completions and try to pick up at least 1 first down, or you're going to put your defense in a tough spot.
Prescott from the gun on 3rd down. And for a 3rd time today, he's intercepted. Picked off by Benjamin St. Juste.
So all game, we've seen him take the approach as just being a game manager. But one thing you have to do, if that's the case, is you have to protect the ball. You can't turn the ball over, especially if you're struggling to push the ball downfield. He got a little reckless that time, and the defense made him pay.
On 1st down, Daniels. That's taken in. It's Austin Eckler. And the Commanders are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. He's out of bounds right around the 5-yard line. It's a 1st down and a gain of 13. Here's a chance to put this game away. First down and goal.
Here we go.
They'll run here with Eckler. And he's going to go backwards, taken down at the 6.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, second and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor. Well, this has been the story of the entire game, Mike, is just how well this defense has played, particularly against the run. There has been nowhere to operate for this offense, and it continued here.
Oh, that may be the break they needed. That one's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Hendricks. And the Cowboys are going to take over at their own 2.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's positioning. Being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown. And instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
They'll come up for 1st and 10.
Kill. Yeah. Here we go. Let's take. What do you think?
Out of his own end zone, Prescott.
That'll be bad again.
He does a fantastic job, Mike, of not only locating the ball in the air, but then attacking it hands on hands. That's exactly something they work on every week in practice. Great job translating those drills into a live game.
Here we go. What do you think? What do you think?
Throwing again from his own end zone. He'll let this go deep for Tolbert. His offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
Ready, break.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10.
Let's go. Ready.
On the handoff, it's Robinson. And he's brought down after a gain of a couple. Second down and 8.
Come on, set. Ready.
They'll go again with Robinson. And he'll only manage to pick up 3 yards. And that leads to 3rd down.
That's a gain of 3. Now 3rd and 5.
Here we go, set.
They'll drop to throw. That'll be caught by the running back, Robinson. He is knocked down hard. Wow, they stopped him in his tracks, but he does have enough to pick up the 1st down. Cowboys going to use their 3rd and final timeout. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the 1st down.
Ready.
A pitch to Robinson. And he's trying to get around the corner, but will not. Brought down. That's a loss on the play.
How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back? But not this guy. Does a great job staying in phase, stretching this ball out sideways, and he brings them down for a loss.
And he will get forward for about 5 yards. That sets up 3rd down. A give, and here comes Robinson.
He was brought down at the 8-yard line. A 2-yard gain. It's 4th down.
Here's Austin Seibert now to try the field goal. This about as short as you can get. 3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Commanders add on to their lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line.
At their own 31-yard line.
Here is 1st and 10. They'll run here. So it's a win here for the Commanders.